What up, pimps and pimpettes? Devon Brown, the Success Renegade here. And if you trying to make more money with your website, then I got something for you today that's going to help you make more money, more money, more money. Look, if you struggling to make sales with your website, then no doubt you can identify with my man in the video you just saw. His websites wasn't converting for nothing, but all of a sudden, he got his hands on Geo Pimp Slap, and his websites started making it rain, making it rain, making it rain. Now, you may be asking yourself, why is Pimp Master Devon in the shower? Well, the answer is because I'm so filthy rich that I always need to keep myself clean. Look, if you want to get filthy rich like me and make your websites convert like gangbusters, then what you need to do is get your hands on Geo Pimp Slap. And when you do, you'll be able to afford fat gold chains, bling bling, and diamond rings like this, 72 carats, authentic. So why don't you take a look with me inside as I show you exactly how Geo Pimp Slap will help you increase your website conversion rates. Yeah, money, what?
Hey guys, Devon Brown, the Success Renegade here, and this is a picture of me when I'm not in the shower and not dressed in that super awesome pimp outfit that you just saw. I hope you guys have had a fun little introduction here to Geo Pimp Slap, and you've enjoyed the last 3 or 4 minutes worth of videos. But for the purpose of this part of the presentation, I'm actually going to take off my silly person's hat, and I'm going to put on a different hat. I'm going to put on the educator slash person who wants to help you make more money in your online business hat. I'm going to put that hat on, and I'm going to show you how a simple 5-minute website tweak can actually increase your conversion rates by as much as 25.9% instantly. This video is very short and the information inside is extremely time sensitive, so I do highly recommend that you watch it now, and this is going to be extremely educational. Over the course of the next couple of minutes, we're going to go over 3 things. Number 1, we're going to go over the idea behind Geo Pimp Slap. Now, this idea is currently responsible for literally millions of dollars in marketing campaigns in all different mediums. I'm talking about TV, radio, as well as the internet. Number 2, I want to go over with you why my team and I decided to create the software. The simple answer is because, well, I needed it, so I figured you would too. And then number 3, we're going to go over with you how we took the original idea behind Geo Pimp Slap and then how we put it on steroids. So stay tuned because this is the best part of the video and you're going to really, really enjoy it. So number 1, let's talk about the idea behind Geo Pimp Slap. You see, Geo Pimp Slap, or GPS for short, is based on 2 proven marketing principles. Marketing principle number 1 is that if your prospect or website visitor believes that you are talking specifically to them, then they're more likely to pay attention to what you're saying. And marketing idea or principle number 2 says that if you can get your prospect to pay more attention to what you're saying, then you will increase your conversion rate. So these 2 principles are linked hand in hand. Number 1, if your prospect believes that you're more likely to talk to them, or I'm sorry, if your prospect believes that what you're saying specifically pertains to them, they're more likely to pay attention. And then number 2, if we can get them to pay attention, then they're more likely to buy. And that's what we really want. We want them, our prospects, to be more likely to take the action that we want them to take, whether it be buy our product or opt in on our landing page or whatever the case is, or click a link or whatever the thing is that we want them to do. So let me show you what I mean when I say that your message needs to talk specifically to your prospect. Let's imagine for a second that you own a dry cleaning business in Miami, Florida, and let's also pretend that you see 2 different ads from competing companies who are looking to help you with your marketing. Now, everything else being equal, which one of these website headlines are you more likely to respond to? Version A, which says, we're looking for one lucky dry cleaning business owner who wants to get 14% more customers in as little as 45 days. Or version B, which says, we're looking for one lucky dry cleaning business owner in Miami, Florida, who wants to get 14% more customers in as little as 45 days. Or how about this one? You're a single guy in Toronto, Canada, who's considering joining one of two dating sites. Dating site number one says 534 single women are waiting to talk to you. Dating site number two says 534 single women in Toronto are waiting to talk to you. Now, if that's me, because I'm a single guy, at least at the time of this recording, I want the women who are in my city. 534 single women is great, but who knows where they're located? 534 single women in my city, that's even better. And of course they're waiting to talk to me. Why wouldn't they be? And now once I talk to them all, I can have 534 girlfriends, which is what every guy wants. I'm kidding. Let me get back on topic. All right. Or how about this one? Let's pretend you're a homeowner in Seattle, Washington, and you see two offers. Offer number one says special home refinance rates as low as 4%. Special offer number two says special home refinance rates as low as 4%. Must live in Seattle, Washington to apply. Now, if for some crazy reason you didn't get more turned on by the examples that made our marketing messages specifically pertain to the prospect by using their geographic location, then you're not like most people, because in just testing from one of my websites, we show a 25.9% increase in conversion rate by geo-targeting people with the Geo Pimp Slap software. You can see here that we've got two different websites, and the only difference between these two sites as of June the 14th here is that one of the sites has geo-targeting with Geo Pimp Slap and the other site does not. The blue site here has geo-targeting with Geo Pimp Slap and the orange site here does not. And you can see here that on Thursday, June 16th, 2011, this version right here, the orange one without Geo Pimp Slap, had a 15.2% conversion rate. Now, real quick, this was a double opt-in squeeze page that I was testing. This version up here had Geo Pimp Slap on it, and this version down here had no geo-targeting on it at all. So the version without geo-targeting had a 15.2% opt-in rate. The version with geo-targeting had a 20.5% conversion rate. The increase percentage-wise from 15.2 to 20.5 is 25.9. So by adding one simple little line of code, one simple little script to the site, we increased our conversion rates by 25.9%. I don't care who you are, that's a really powerful idea. That's a really, really powerful line of code to be putting on your website. And if you're still not convinced that geo-targeting your prospects is critical to you increasing your conversion rates, then just check out these two websites. Now, the first one you probably have never heard of, but the second one you might have heard of. All right, so this first site here is an online speed dating site. I'm actually going to refresh the page here. Hopefully you guys can see this. I'm going to refresh the page here. And you can see, once the page refreshes, that what they're doing is they're geo-targeting me. It says, hey, chat with singles in Alpharetta, because that's a much more powerful statement than saying, hey, just chat with singles. As a matter of fact, this site here even geo-targets me by automatically including my zip code. So what I see when I see this page is that it just makes me automatically think, hey, there are single women in my area, and that's definitely where I want them to be, so I don't have to travel too far to go on a date with them. So that's the first side I wanted you to look at. This is a really good example of geo-targeting being used in the real world in an online business. Now, what I want you to look at, though, is the second site that you may have heard of, and that site is google.com, and I'm just going to Google something. Okay, anything it can be. So I'm going to Google the word something. Now, as I scoot this over here, you see that what Google is doing is Google is actually geo-targeting me. I just typed in the word something here. Needless to say, this is where your prospects are going to type in whatever keywords or keyword phrases they're looking for, and hopefully they'll find you, whether you're using pay-per-click or SEO or whatever the case is. But regardless, you can see here that Google is geo-targeting me and even allows me to change my location. But the most important thing is Google knows where I live. I live in Alpharetta, Georgia, and Google understands that by geo-targeting me, the results are more relevant. And that's a very important idea that you need to understand. When I see that something that says Alpharetta, Georgia, I automatically think that they're talking to me because that's where I live. So, here's a question for you. If Google thinks that it's important enough to geo-target the people who are searching for things online, then how much of a positive impact could it have on your business if your website geo-targets people the same way that Google does and automatically makes your marketing message 100% specific to your prospect or your website visitor? Needless to say, this simple idea, properly implemented, can in fact have a profound impact on your conversion rates and on the amount of money that ends up in your bank account. So, if you want to geo-target your prospect, the truth of the matter is that it is literally as easy as sticking this script or this line of code on your website. You can just take this and stick it on your website. But here's the problem with the little line of code or the little script I just gave you. Number one, it only targets the prospect by their city. You see, what you really want is you want the option of geo-targeting by city, by state, by country, by zip code, or heck, even targeting by who the prospect's internet service provider is, and we'll get into more on that in just a second. And number two, the second problem with the little line of code or the little script that I just gave you is that if you don't know anything about coding or writing HTML or any of that stuff, then it's not going to be easy for you to use that standalone script because you're going to have trouble with things like fonts, colors, getting your code to match the wording on the page. You don't just want the geo-targeting script not to match all the rest of the verbiage on the page. Everything's got to mesh nicely so that your prospect sees a seamless message. And those two things are difficult to do if you don't know a lot about coding. So, given these two challenges, my team and I went to work. We worked tirelessly to identify all of the challenges that average internet marketers and technical dummies like me might face when trying to implement this technology on their websites. And we came to two important understandings. The first understanding we came to is that this is a really, really powerful idea that every single internet marketer needs to be using if they want to increase your conversion rates. If you're not using this idea to increase your conversion rates, then you're missing the boat. You really are. And the second important understanding that we came to was that in order to allow regular/non-techie people, or even techie people who are just lazy, to be able to start using this technology quickly and easily, we had to create a system that simplified everything. So we spent a crap load of money and a crap load of man hours to create Geo Pimp Slap, the easiest and most awesomest geo-targeting tool for everyday internet marketers. Let's take a look inside and see just how easy it is to use this software. Okay, so what we've got here, guys, is we've got a Geo Pimp Slap test page, and this is the little web page that we're going to be adding our Geo Pimp Slap code to, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how this works and how easy it is to use. We're going to pretend this is your website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Geo Pimp Slap members area, and you see right here we've got the Getting Started Quick Start Guide, so it walks you step by step exactly how to do this. But as you're about to see as I'm doing this live, this is super, super, super easy to do. So all we do is we come over here to Configure Geocodes, and it says, you see I've already created one here. We'll say create a new geocode. We'll click on that. And if you look here in the preview pane, this is everything that Geo Pimp Slap can do. It can do city, state, zip code, county, country, and internet service provider. It can even provide a little flag for somebody if you want to include their flag of the person who's visiting your site. So first thing we're supposed to do is name our geocode. You can call it whatever you want. If you have a website about weight loss, you can call it Weight Loss 1, or if you're doing some kind of CPA campaign about I don't know, mortgages or something, you can call this Mortgage 1 or something like that. But I'll just call this Devon's Test, call it 1B, all right? And then it says, please enter the domain name that this geocode will be used on. And it says, don't include the HTTP. So we'll put, this is my site. And then it says, click here to proceed to step 2. So far, so good. And then it asks me what elements I want in my geocode. Do I want the country? No. Do I want the state? Yes. Do I want the city? Yes. Do I want to display the country's flag? No. Do I want to include the internet service provider the person is using? No. So for the sake of conversation, we'll just leave it at yes for state and yes for city. We'll click Save My Geocode. You see this is pretty easy to do. Then we come down here. Oh, that's not the right one. Test 1B. Copy this. And then we'll go over to here. And then we'll just paste this code in here. And then we'll click Save. And we'll come over here back to our site, our test page, and we'll click Refresh. and voila, it inserted my city and state, which if we look back at my code here, that's what I wanted, city and state. But now what I want to do is show you something real neat. All I want to do is click on the edit button. We're going to edit this. I want to show you what Geo Pimp Slap can really do. We're going to click on this thing that says, do you want to customize your geocode with fonts, color, background, etc.? I'm going to click yes. Okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here. Maybe we'll also add a small image of the country's flag. We'll edit that. And then we'll say, let's make everything uppercase. And then we'll set the font to 15. And then this is probably one of the neatest things you can do with Geo Pimp Slap is you can actually have a message before and after the location data appears. So let's say I wanted to say something like, attention all internet, I-N-T-E-R-N-E-T, marketers. And you can see that it's my changes are live right here. And because I clicked that all caps thing, even if I were to take off the caps lock in AL, all right? Even though the caps lock is off and the word in right here is in lowercase, Geo Pimp Slap is smart enough to say, hey, this all needs to look the same for the sake of uniformity. All right? So attention all attention all pimps. Attention all internet marketers in, and then it'll say Alpharetta, Georgia. And let's even do this. Let's change the color. I've got my little color palette here to blue, and then we'll save the geocode. And so apparently we took off state and we're showing the flag. Oh, no, we're not. This is it. So we got city, state, show flag, right? We have a new color and all that fun stuff. Come over here, click refresh. And I didn't even have to go back into the code. That's the neat thing. I didn't have to come back here into the code and make any changes. All I did was change, where are we? Change it back here in Geo Pimp Slap. Click update and it automatically changes it once I refresh my site. Bigger font, added the verbiage, attention all internet marketers in, everything is uniform. So you can see exactly how easy this is to use, and you can obviously imagine how powerful this is going to be once you implement it on your website. So now you see just how easy it is to set up Geo Pimp Slap. And just a few recaps. Number one, there's nothing to download. Number two, as you just saw, there's no crazy techie stuff involved. You just copy and paste a line of code that the system creates for you. It works on virtually all websites, and it has multiple configuration options. You can show city, state, country, county, and internet service provider in any combination to give you the best results for your particular offer. And with Geo Pimp Slap, you'll never have to pay for any upgrades or ongoing service fees. So, what are you waiting for? In as little as 5 minutes from right now, you can have up to a 25.9% higher conversion rate on your website. Go ahead and read all of the details for yourself below and give Geo Pimp Slap a try risk-free today. And be sure to check out the badass bonus that we're giving to you just for giving Geo Pimp Slap a try. Go ahead, read all of the details for yourself below, and I'll see you on the inside. This is Devon Brown, the Success Renegade, wishing you the success you deserve and desire. Have a great day.